guitar. Hello, you guitar people. Back from the guitar show in Italy. Whenever this video comes out, I don't know, the guitar show might be over for a while, but you know what? That's how it is. I'm here with Baboushka Guitars, made in Berlin, which I know because it says it on the fucking stand-up roller over there.
What you see there?
It says made in Berlin, which means this nice man next to me is a Landsmann, as they say in German. That's Landsmann. Now that I say this in an English sentence, it sounds kind of harsh. Landsmann. Hello, Scott. I'm over here. And I didn't even catch his name. What was your name?
Oh, my name is Nikolai.
Nikolai. That doesn't sound very German. That sounds more further east.
Yeah, it's only because, well, just it is one of my 5 names.
Oh, now we want to know.
Now we just make a big secret out of it, don't we?
Well, Nikolai, Baboushka. Baboushka sounds very Russian.
Yes, it does.
So there's some kind of family thing happening.
It's a sort of family. I have a slightly Russian and a slightly Ukrainian background. And it's the reason why. So the name, right, Baboushka, that is when I started, building up guitars. That's, 13 years ago. Well, just in the same year, sozusagen, my grandmother died. And that's the reason why my Baboushka died. And so...
And Baboushka, grandmother, old, elderly. When you look at the guitars, they absolutely fucking fit the name, because these are not brand spanking new looking guitars. They look like they have some history to them. I think the name, you're perfectly making the instruments for the brand name, or maybe the brand name was picked based on his aesthetics of the instruments.
Yeah, that's right, partly. Because when I started, to work with the guitars or with the woods, I was always trying to do maybe something different. Because when I look around, for my feeling, it was almost just a little bit all the same.
Too polished.
Yes.
This is unpolished, but I love it. When I walk by here, other than I'm not a big fan of gold tops, and this is, I will look at her, okay? But the others really stood out immediately as like, this is cool, that's just a guitar, pick it up, rock the fuck out with it, you lean it on your amp, you don't care, but not because they're aged, which they kind of are, but just because they have this, I want to be used attitude about them. And I will move over here to number 1. Clocking in at 3250, handwritten with a German Kuli on a piece of fucking wood. First thing, when I looked at her, that stood out is sharp edges. So top and back usually nicely rounded off. And Nikolai said, fuck that. Saw it out. We're not using sandpaper to do nice contours. No. We make sure that the edge of your arm bleeds immediately because it's fucking rock and roll. So look at the sharpest edge on any guitar I have ever seen, but that gives her a feel. It gives her the... I'm probably not even lying about this. I was a kitchen table in the grandmother's living room. Was this a kitchen table or a dinner table?
No, it was not. Right, and if you see it really carefully, so then you can see that it's slightly rounded. It's not so sharp as this guy says. Okay.
Nice. Okay.
Dangerous, right? It's a bit side round. So the wood basically it's around 150 years old.
Holy crap!
Right, it is really old. So it's no kitchen table. But it's mostly it is from just old, let's call it Berlin buildings. So the rooftops, right, of old Berlin buildings. Genau, that is mostly.
You're sourcing your wood very differently than some other luthiers. You're looking for like found object wood.
Right, this is pine, by the way.
Pine, okay, so it is softer.
It's very light. It is a bit softer, but this is wild grown pine. So. Right, it's a bit harder than the young pine, or it's the pine that you can buy now.
We got a T-style headstock. The neck looks nicely played in, as does the fretboard. There's definite aging happening.
Right, and peace neck, right, Canadian maple.
And then we got a seafoam green over scrapped down now, all the lights went off. And orange with sparkly knobs. What happened with the light? Well, so those people will be in the dark for a while now because apparently a light exploded. I like her. What kind of pickup is this? Is it P90-ish?
Genau, this is exactly right. It's a P90, right, a humbucker size. The pickups, they are just all hand wound. This is a 1/4 pounder, so with big magnets. And so, right, it's coil tapped as well. You can choose here the coil tapping.
With push. I love it. That's how you do it.
I love it too. And, well, right, they're all hand wound from a guy from the south of Croatia. Right, it's called Q Pickups. Okay. And he made the custom pickups for me.
Looking at the next one, but we're gonna play her in a bit. Okay, unique. More rounded off. She's not as dangerous.
Yes.
And we have Texas. No, not Texas.
No, this is Yugoslavia from the 70s, right? If you mean the number plate, it's right. It's from the 70s from Yugoslavia.
A Yugoslavian license plate.
As you see on the red star on this one.
So what's going on? What's going on with this telly bridge that's missing the back end? Can you get this telly bridge, Scott? I've never seen that ever. What is this?
Oh, this is basically made just a Bixby, so that the strings go just in between, so those spaces.
Ah, okay. And we got a red single coil, also a little bit bigger pole pieces, I think.
Right. It's a 1/4 pounder as well, and it's also coil tapped as well.
And then really cool knobs here with everything feels very oldish. Yeah. Aluminium plate here, and then why is there an LED?
That's a very special thing because this one has a built-in what's called booster pedal. So while you have the normal switch for the pickups, a 3-way. This is volume, this is tone. They are both coil tapped, with a push. And then when you play, you can sort of activate the booster. With a level right here, and that makes it much more louder.
Okay, and here the wood had a gap, and he filled it up with ants. Looks like there's ants in there, lots of ants, and resin.
There's ants as well.
What are those?
No, this is right. It was a sort of black sparkle. And right, I filled it up right as you say with resin stuff.
How horrible would it be just to have a whole army of ants going through there and then just pour resin over them? I mean, that would be really horrible. He didn't do that, but it would be pretty metal. Really cool. And she also clocks in at 3250, 32.
This is 350 as well.
Okay, so similar price. Now let's look at the one. Relatively lightweight we've got here. Also a strip of resin in the back with silver sparkle in it. Beautiful red wood, but it is a something. There's a 1-piece, 2-piece, 3-piece body.
No. This is a 2-piece body. This is a 2-piece body. The cut was right in the middle.
But what is this in the? Is this the grain?
Yeah.
It is a little bit bent.
It's the grain. Sure. Yeah. Right. This is the grain because this is a special wood. It's called Parlovnia.
Ah, yeah. That's we call it the Nick Huber wood.
The Nick Huber wood.
Well, because Nick's buying those trees like crazy because it's super light.
Right.
And in a few years you can actually buy Nick Huber grown Parlovnia trees.
Right. You can smoke it as well if you like. It's very good.
He hasn't told me that. So on the look at this. I haven't even seen this. Look at the side here. That is a massive abalone binding, like massively wide, which you don't even see from the front.
No, because I like to maybe sometimes hide things so that you will see them right on the second view.
And now that I'm looking at it, this isn't a gold top. Yeah. This is gold foil.
This is real gold. So it's, those are gold leaves that you are just putting on like on an old clock or something.
Yeah.
Right. This is real gold. Yeah.
And we have a compass.
This is a compass. This is especially for those people right after the show when they're drunk and they just have to find their way home. Sometimes like
This guy right here, okay?
Well, but on the other hand, right, this is a Beatles merchandising item from the 60s because it says, it's called the Yellow Submarine.
Is it really from the 60s?
This is from the 60s. And it was, I think those stuff...
Real Beatles memorabilia?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, the guitar has real Beatles memorabilia and gold leaf on top, full abalone binding.
Right, you can close it and so...
How much is this thing?
Oh, this is a 3,850.
That's not too much. I mean, I don't know what she sounds like, but I mean, this is decadently... I now like it. I don't know. There's a lot to like about this. Because when you own this guitar, you own something very unique.
Yeah,
there's nothing... you own something extremely unique that nobody else has. Wow.
Right, it is very, very light as well.
Because of the
Palovnia wood.
And then we've got, what the crap did you do here? There's a very yellow submarine pickup. Wait. This whole thing is screaming Beatles, if you ask me. Yeah. Yellow submarine pickup, but then there's this cream P90s. There's a lot to digest here on this guitar, okay?
Lots to talk about.
Yes.
Genau. This is antique wood as well. So, right, it is about 150 years old as well. And this is a special sort of a design, that I create maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And it's a special technique. Now, this is a bit secret. And so the parts, this is a vintage Höfner bridge, right? You can open it. And then you can just, put it, right. This is from the 60s, from an old Höfner guitar. This is all, new old stock stuff. So the pickups, they are both hand wound as well. P90s.
Let me interject here. Yeah. So these are luthiers, okay? So what you could say, and what he technically is meaning, I find shit on other guitars that are broken, I take them apart, I put them on my guitars and make it a feature, and I call it new old stock. Right?
I like that way.
Because new old stock from a Höfner sounds, whoa, when in reality, I find old shit and I put it on my new guitars and make them more expensive because now it's new old stock.
Come on.
But it gives it character, it gives it history. I love that.
Yeah.
Great. I mean, I can already see that this baby sounds pretty damn fat with the pickups and everything. And this is, if you're in a fucking Beatles cover band, Yellow Submarine, tie-dye top, this is the guitar to rock out with.
Yes.
Now I'm gonna play some. We have a mic right here on this Atom amp, which is probably very Dumble-esque. And we're gonna start all over there, and I'll play some beautiful chords on these guitars. Or horrible chords, I don't know, we'll find out.
There's Henning taking the guitar, all right? He's taking it. He's fondling the neck now. He doesn't know how to play, he forgot. His brain farting hard right now. Come on, Henning, you can do it. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do you have? What the fuck? Henning has a word.
There's no pickup switch. There's a pickup blend knob. This man over here, he's fucking with you. That's what he's doing. Scott, Mike.
Jesus Christ! I almost dropped it. So actually, yeah, so he's showing him how to blend the pickups right now.
Unique, different, fucked up in a way. What's with the mic? The the no pickup switch is messing me up. The hit it and then it rocks is cool. The roundness in the front is beautiful, and then it's got a quacky kind of I'm old and I wanna do something with your music kind of a thing. This is not a polished guitar. The way that it looks is the way that it sounds. If that's what you're looking for, then that's what Baboushka gets you. Now let's look at the one with the thing on the thing.
The thing on the thing. That's descriptive.
That's why I'm making the big bucks.
The thing on the thing.
Clean amp, only the guitar, loads of options, and clean and round. A little bit too round for me over here. I'm missing a little bit of treble, but, well, if that's what you want, buy a freaking other guitar. You know, other people make also other guitars, but there's so much flexibility, and I'm not daring to really dig in because I don't want to annoy people like all these people around me annoy me right now. So I'm holding back because I want to be courteous, not like all those fuckers around me. But this is cool. This is very rock and roll. I want to play the golden one now very much because I have a feeling.
How's it going so far?
I'm very sweaty.
I am also very sweaty. In the scrotum area.
Do not tell me about your scrotum area. Wow. Oh, open, almost hollow body. Who needs a PJD when you can buy this?
Shots fired.
I'm Mr. PJD standing over there, so that's why. right here. This is fun, and it's got a very open, beautiful for like these JTM-ish kind of old rock sounds feel. But then you go into this single chord back here, and it's like. That's a ridiculously good sound. And she also looks, I mean, come on. This is real gold. So here, this is where it's at. It's slightly kicking in the amp. It's all good. It was a little bit, I was like, ah, and then no, ah. So it's a little bit more subtle when it comes to the bridge pickup. That gold fucker over there, the one guitar in the lineup where I was like, ah, that's not my thing. That's now the sound that I want. That's the sound. That's rock and roll in a freaking box with a Beatles compass put in. And who else can say that he built rock and roll in a box with a freaking Beatles compass in the back? Only one guy, and that's Nikolai from Baboushka Guitars, and that's that man right over there. And if that's what you want, freaking go get it. It's only $3,800, and there's one of them in the wild, and it's this one. Very well done, I'm gonna say. Your guitars all have a certain signature, very clear. It's your sound. I have to say that. Way cool. Well, anything you want to add before we tell people to piss off?
The only thing is, maybe what's important is, that I am just building only, right, a sort of one-piece items. So it's only, every guitar just only, how it exists once in the world. So,
which is pretty clear because you steal shit from old guitars, and you only find one of them, right?
Right, I steal it everywhere, by the way.
New old stock. I found one, which is why it's all custom one pieces. Well, because he couldn't freaking find another one in his girlfriend's attic, So.
Right, I can find quite a lot in my girlfriend's attic, but, not sort of, jetzt auch new old stock, guitar pieces. You know what I mean, man?
Thank you, Nikolai, for your time. I'll link to Baboushka Guitars below. You've been amazing. Thanks, Luca and the whole team at the Guitar Show Italy for hosting us. Thanks, Scott, for doing the camera. Thanks, Jens from PJD Guitars for absolutely fuck all nothing. For just standing around and looking pretty. Thank you for watching, and animals at the end.